No single person from that distance, that perspective. There's nothing different that from those kids. 100 skills, many talents, but no single path. Nothing to really show and say this. This is what I stand for. No single purpose, and without a single purpose, a lot comes through. You would feel like a failure, feeling like I'm not winning at anything because there is so much. And when I want to achieve this, I start it, and when I'm about to finish it, there's another idea that comes by. I need to also start that idea. And these are not perhaps the ideas within the same space, within the same industry. It's football, from football to poetry, from poetry to mathematics, from mathematics to community development, from community development to politics, to teaching, to singing, to so many, but no single path. No single path at all. And I don't know much about, well, let me make myself clear. As a teacher, I have met many learners, many students, and some of the students I would teach, they did have ADHD. And it's something that you know that in terms of their focus, that's how I understood ADHD, from that distance, that perspective. Either the higher part or the lower part, in terms of their focus to things and all of that. And I could teach such children I could teach those children who had ADHD. There's nothing different that from those kids. Those kids, and some of them are quite bright. There's nothing different like to say they are a problem to versus other kids. No, nothing at all. But at times, I think you do help people. At times, for the help that you may need yourself. I didn't go to any doctor. So get me right. Please don't get me wrong. I didn't go to any doctor to try to be diagnosed if I've got ADHD or not. I didn't. I haven't gone to any doctor. But I look at, and maybe for me not to go to any doctor, because when I was young, I wasn't taken to a doctor, because normally children, you find that a child telling you, say, I've got ADHD, blah, 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 blah. This child was taken, the parent could see something and was taken to the doctor. So ask yourself, how many people who grew up poor, just like some of us, who would not be diagnosed and grow up with the ADHD? Because for me, at the young age, the focus would be there. I could start something and finish it when I was younger. Everything when I was before 21, like I would be very focused on one thing. But also, I think for me, it's not being exposed at the time. I think that was the reason. I have so many thoughts about what happened. Because, I was in one community, I had not yet been exposed to other things, to other communities. So for me, it was easy to start a task and finish it. It was okay to start a task and finish it at the time. But I look now and I know so much about things in different industries, banking, what. I know so much about things in different industries. Now I'm trying to learn some editing, and I've got a bad phone and all of that. I'll deal with this phone and I will learn, my editing skills will be better and all of that. That's another skill just there. With me, I am not, there's that thing that keeps me not focused. And I ask myself, yes, I'm not diagnosed. I was never diagnosed. But from my understanding of things, I don't know, what do you think? I really, really think this is ADHD. I don't know. I don't wanna be come around and the world says, yeah, how can you say that without going to the doctor? No, no. I'm even scared to confirm it, by the way. So I'm accepting that I think I have ADHD. And I think it's getting worse now when I'm getting older.
I'm nervous.
Because I think the more I got exposed to things, I think is the more I get the ADHD. Is the more the science or the power, all the properties of my ADHD are showing. So many brilliant, brilliant ideas that some of them I've heard and other people executed them. Some of them I still have. And I'm taking time to execute them. And you can't blame budget. There could have been many chances, there could have been many sacrifices that I could have made if this really, when you want something, you make sacrifices. And it's not that I don't want these things, it's just that there's a moment when I punch. And I don't know if I punch because I'm demotivated or what, but when I punch, I don't punch and sit. I do another thing, another task, without having finished the other task. Then I would come back to that task. There are many examples of this. I mean, even when I was starting to build in 2 different places, I would be happy with a certain progress this side. Then I would tell people, no, let's go that side. The people that were building for me. And they would laugh. And I didn't care because for me, that's what I wanted. But I think I have ADHD. And I think if ADHD is like this, I think it's painful. I think it's painful. I think it's painful. If people who live with ADHD go through what I'm going through, when the brain is there, the brain cells are there, and there's so much ideas and there's so much you work on, and some of them they go 99% before execution, and then you just take another thing. If ADHD is this cruel, if I don't know, is it me? Maybe it's not ADHD. Maybe it's because I'm too curious, and that's why, because I grew up curious. Maybe it's because I'm too curious and I look into different type of things. I do different type of things. Maybe it's that. As I'm posting this video now today, it's my birthday, the 20th of July. And it's quite something else to me that it took me so many years before I can actually realize that I think I've got ADHD. Because according to me, I'm self-diagnosing myself. I'm so not interested into getting to a space whereby, because already if I believe I have, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure I work around it. I work around my focus. I work around my focus. So I don't know, but I'm a little bit sad and it's scary to feel this way, because I feel like I might be a failure and not achieve anything that I would ever want to achieve. Because how can you have a brain like me and have so this is not me posting, this is not me gloating, guys. I'm sorry. It's just that there's just so much things that I think of that many people would wish that they can think of. And that I would wish for other people to think of, that I would wish for my own sisters, I would wish for some people that I see. Say, I wish they can think this way. I've got that gift, but everything is going to the drain. Not everything. Most of the things are going to the drain because of this curiosity that I have, that I do so many things in different fields. This curiosity that I'm dealing with, that I would try this when I'm 99% of the time. When I have a project, curiosity, something else interests me to do that, something else interests me. Do you call it curiosity? No, I call it ADHD. I think I have ADHD. I seriously think. I don't know. You tell me. What do you know? Do you know something about ADHD? If you do, please assist. Please assist on the comment. Because also I don't want to go to doctors who lie. If somewhere in South Africa or somewhere across, you do know a doctor who's so good in diagnosing people with ADHD. Because I might be in trouble for diagnosing myself, but I had to, because I strongly believe I do have ADHD. It's not something that I'm making a joke of because I'm self-diagnosing. No. It's actually something painful. It's actually something painful to talk about. For me, to be direct, to be out there, because I'm even thinking now, during this video now, I'm thinking that I should start challenging myself on something, on discipline, regaining focus. Or maybe it's discipline, maybe it's just I'm not a disciplined person. But before I was 21, before I was 18, whatever, I used to finish almost everything I started.
The left side can either be.
Let me explain to you.
Yes.
It's because
It's only now.
in the aspect of saying when you square root a number, it's the plus minus comes in.
It's only now to start programs or projects.
You can get a plus, you can get a negative.
And I'm trying to see how am I going to get help other than teaching myself discipline. Because because also the other thing, after I started seeing that, I spoke to my partner about it. She thinks she also is kind of having the same thing. So I don't know how we are going to assist each other if that's the situation. I really don't know. I'm scared. I didn't know that. I've been I grew up a profiled person so much. And I'll speak about that someday on another video. I grew up such a profiled person, being profiled to be, this guy is like this guy is like this, lo uyazitshela, lo unekhanda elikhulu, lo unesandla esinja, like, do you understand? This guy is like this. He thinks he's too much of himself. He thinks this. He thinks what. This guy is like this. He's at some point in time I was called a player, which I'm not. I don't understand that. That's why people at some point in time, because of their frustrations and all of that, they call police on me. I'll speak more deep on that, please. If you are ready for that one day, I'll tell it all. I've seen things, but even in this video, check. I think I'm just going around. Not that I'm doing it deliberately. Honestly, I'm not. Because there's just so much to explore. And there's so little time, and maybe that is also killing me, that I'm so scared of time, and I'm accepting that there is death, but I'm scared that it would come without me having to achieve at least half of the things I should achieve. I think I'm going to die unhappy. I think I'm also going to die unhappy because I don't know how to help myself to get to achieve some of the few things and be less unhappy when I die. Because for now, it seems like there will be so many things that are standing there unachieved, just archived. And I'm scared of that. I'm scared of being one of those in the world who think, talk, blah, 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 which I don't. And they really never bring anything forth to reality. Because some of those people who, especially those who talk, they have been telling the truth about themselves. But because they've not been actioning things, we said that they are liars. I know this because my uncle used to have a lot of plans as well. And didn't achieve, I would say, half of them. I also don't think my uncle left a happy man. Not because he did what, or not because of not achieving what you want to achieve. And that's why I'm scared that when I die, I think I'll be very unhappy.
Ngifuna uhlale wazi okudalelwe wena kuyofika noma ilanga lishonile. Kodwa mangadalelwanga wena kuyophunyuka noma usukufumbathile.